That there are many ways that Massachusetts could improve on the framework, the fabric that we're all sitting on, that we're benefiting from. It starts with a subject close to my heart, which is public transportation. People always say, "Oh my God, we can't afford housing. All the people, the students have to leave the state." Well, if you look at the map, the western part of the state is empty. There's nothing there. Put in a high-speed train line, and you just open yourself up an enormous reservoir of affordable housing. And these communities who are desperate right now to get some kind of employment, they would just love it. Now, I know this idea has been talked about in the past, but it just never seems to go anywhere. I think in general, Massachusetts is reasonably business friendly. I mean, I'm sure that Texans would cringe when I say this because it's a different environment over there. But at the end of the day, you need to be where your markets are. And if your markets are in New England or in the northeast of the United States, this is a pretty darn good place to be. I think the state could do a lot more to sell itself. And there are efforts such as Boston World Partnerships. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. It's a relatively new initiative that was started by Mayor Menino, but it's actually meant to help the greater Boston area, all the different cities and towns in greater Boston, and to drive a message about Boston worldwide using an alumni kind of method. Whereas if you ever were in Boston, you're an alumni of Boston. If you now live in London or if you live in Kuala Lumpur, use this goodwill that Boston has around the world to drive business back into the city. I don't know how successful that will be, but these are some of the examples of what is happening. So, I mean, there are lots of things that could be done. I think to try to bring a leadership of business people together to effect change in this state is difficult because of the way the political scene is set up, and we all lived it last week anyhow, so it's always surprising. But I can't say do one thing and everything will get better. It's lots of little things, but you can't just start an initiative and then 6 months later it's dead. You would have to bring a really bipartisan group of people together and put some money behind it. That's unfortunately how it works. And then wait 5 years. But I think at the end of 5 years you actually could see a difference.